Yo, what's up, gang? Another episode for you guys. This is a unique episode where you'll find just the two of us. So on the panel today, we have
Trife.
Blap, 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 and not so much Pleasure P.
Yo.
And obviously, shout out to the guys in no specific order that's on the TV. The Doc, RW, Millionaire Mike.
Mr. Blake.
See, I was always going to say Kilo, so good you jumped in there. Right, okay, gang, today's episode. Just the two of us. You're in capable hands.
Very.
And what we'll call sober hands, yeah?
Sober hands.
So this episode is all about addictions, functioning
Addicts.
So this is an episode where we'll be down into how people have addictions and how they kind of go about functioning in their everyday life. So things like raising families, jobs, and the sort of implications on the individuals and the people around them. So quite a deep topic. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, follow, and we're on the following platforms:
Instagram,
YouTube,
X.
That always throws me off, you know. Twitter,
Yeah, I was gonna say Twitter. Yeah.
TikTok now and then. And we're also available on all
Facebook.
Oh yeah, well, have you got a sec?
No, not yet.
Facebook is coming again.
Yeah.
But we're also on all the major podcast downloadable sites such as Apple, Spotify, etc. So do check us out if you get the chance. So let's talk about this.
Yeah, where do we start, man?
So look, I think in terms of, I guess, what do you class as a functioning addict?
Okay, so my kind of description of a functioning addict will be someone who's got an addiction, either alcohol, drugs, gambling,
That's a good one.
masturbation.
Masturbation, bro.
Joking.
To be fair, do you know what, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit bait. I don't know. I know the person, but
Yeah.
that is an addiction.
Sex addict.
Sex addict.
Someone that's got really bad habit. They're quite a big addict, but they're able to keep up appearances, look the part, work, do what they have to do. But it's kind of after they've kind of finished keeping up appearances, they go back to the addiction,
vice.
basically their vice, and it kind of overwhelms their life.
Okay.
I would say.
So I'm going to just challenge you on one thing. I'll give my definition first. I think I agree.
Yeah.
It's about something that you indulge in
Yeah.
that, you know, can be a form of pleasure,
Yeah.
can be a form of escapism or
Yeah,
something like
exactly.
that. But you delve into it a bit too much. And I think the only point I'm going to raise on this is you obviously said a bad thing. Obviously, in moderation,
Yeah.
the things you list aren't bad. It's just about maybe that impulsiveness and that need to satisfy something.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Where it can have an issue.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, you listed quite a few different things there.
Yeah.
Some of them, things like sex and masturbation, is quite easy to disguise, I
Yeah.
guess, in some sense, because you'd like to think that it's things that you do in your house.
Yeah.
But I guess in terms of masking and making it normal, what's kind of the things that you've observed in people?
So
So for example, all right, so if I use myself, okay,
yeah.
that helps set a scene. I clearly had a drink problem
Yeah.
at a
Do you think
certain
you did?
point. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I did. So I guess you worked with me for a number of years.
Yeah.
Maybe not at the peak of it,
Yeah.
but definitely at a point where I
It was kind of getting.
going upwards trajectory.
Yeah.
I guess first thing is, did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I just thought you like a drink sometimes
Okay, so
Get
that's
me?
the starting point. That's
Yeah.
the starting point. So what made you believe that I like to drink?
because you're always posting about drinks and you're always talking about drinks. Okay, Pascal, we're trying to talk about the turnover report here. talking about drinks. No, joking. No, you weren't that bad. I just I see at functions, just could tell me and you were always at the bar kind of thing. And
Okay.
we like to drink kind of thing.
Okay. And I guess when you think about that, because those times actually probably was heading towards the height of my
Yeah.
sort of drinking. Or maybe even being honest, it probably peaked 2 years after that, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I guess you thought I liked to drink.
Yeah.
What of my actions made you think that I wasn't a full drinker? Because that's the offset.
Because you
isn't
always
it?
have an assumption that a full drink will be sitting on a park bench with a can of Stella, or what's those really cheap ciders again? I never got to that level.
Blue lightning, yeah, bolt lightning or
Bolt
something.
Lightning, yeah, never got to that level. I was a bougie drinker, innit? Like I like my thing. I would find the money to get what I wanted in it, so kind of thing. So I never ever got to that point. That's probably why my liver's probably better than it should be, basically. But yeah, no, because obviously you have your assumptions that an alcoholic is someone that sits on a park bench, don't have a job, and it's a waste man, basically. But that's not what alcoholics are.
Okay, so if I flip it to myself,
Yeah,
and I'm not proud of this, but
yeah,
if I thought someone at work was a drinker,
yeah,
I kind of recognized it in their skin,
yeah. Their skin.
and I used to call it alcoholic red pigmentation.
Yeah,
You know, you get that, and
but
also
you're not
like,
white. Sorry, you're not Caucasian. So
oh, today I'm brown again, yeah.
yeah,
But you can still see red blotches on me.
you could still, but not as much.
Not you, though.
Not as much. Yeah, exactly. So if I was doing the same thing, you wouldn't be able to tell as such. But there are other kind of signs, like certain people have the shakes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, certain times when I went for a bad point with alcohol,
Yeah.
I had the shakes. I couldn't even get a cup of tea certain times. It was,
Do you know what?
yeah,
I don't know. We can be open, innit?
Yeah.
We're on the panel. I kind of seen that, you know.
yeah.
I
Certain
remember a
times,
couple
like
of mornings.
when I've been like on a binge, and then like I've come in, and then like you could just tell like shakes and stuff like that. So you've had shakes, certain times sweats, certain times just the odd kind of behavior kind of thing. Because
I mean, you yourself, in the workplace, I would say you're quite quiet.
Yeah.
Well, in when I was
Yeah,
working
yeah,
with you,
very.
not in a bad way, but more of a like you, like me actually.
Keep yourself
we
to
don't,
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't tend to sort of like mix,
yeah,
but I noticed actually when you'd and it, maybe I'm wrong here.
yeah,
So
go on.
there's that, but I found that times you would be more involved
When I was a bit,
when you was a bit like
yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
come out a bit.
Yeah,
like, out
that
of
was
yourself.
exactly described me. So I used to call myself two personalities. I used to have my real name when I'm being myself. I used to call it Terrence, and then my bad other persona was Trife TBW.
What,
That
the
was-
one that you open up the show with,
Yeah.
bro?
So I might have to change my name because I'm not like that anymore. But I was wild in it. So I'm like, if you know me, then you get my personality. But if you don't know me, you're only gonna see one side of me. But when I was
Yeah.
drunk, I was only that wild side, or like really like yeah. But I'm quite a quiet person. It used to bring out another side to me, which I didn't really like.
Okay.
Because I don't like a bit of a chatty. Not chat. I won't chat no one. I chat myself in it, chatty patty, and I don't like no one knowing nothing about me. I'm quite mysterious like that. You get me?
So did you? Because this was one of the points that made me reflect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll explain what it is, but I'll ask you first. Did you have any actions that you did? I guess the piece is actually because
Yeah,
I
go
realized
on.
we haven't covered something.
Yeah.
Both of us are giving up drinking.
Yeah.
How many years for you?
It's gonna be 2 years in June.
Bruv, two.
Two.
That's gone quick.
Yeah, I know it's gone quick.
I'm
man.
on 4.
4. That's big.
No, actually, Christmas will be 4.
I would be a lot longer, but so I first decided to give up alcohol in 2019,
Okay.
and I went the whole of COVID without
it?
drinking. I didn't have a drop of drink until
You must be the only man.
I know. I consciously
Bro,
made
why?
a decision. I just
Oh wait,
yeah, I made a decision like so
You're making me sit up,
to,
bro. Because I'm
to go
I'm intrigued
to
by this
answer your
one.
question, I reflected on, so I had a lot of stuff that happened to me,
Okay.
and then I made a conscious decision based on that. No, so basically I reflected on my life, right, and I deeped it, right. So I reckon I was having issues with alcohol for about 10 years straight,
Really?
Right, 10 years. Yeah, I would even go that deep. On and off, anyway. On and off.
How okay, so first question I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
is, because mine would probably, I would say, would be about 5 years.
Yeah.
I have because I was gonna ask this.
On and
what
off.
was the signs though? What was the signs that made you trigger that? Yeah, something's up. Because both you and I,
Yeah.
although we're quiet people,
Yeah.
we're in the social
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the people around us, I don't know about you,
Yeah.
people around me, like you said, didn't really get that vibe.
Yeah.
So I guess what
So-
was your trigger? Like,
so
how
for me-
did you identify it?
Loads of near-death experiences
Okay.
over the years. So I would have a near-death experience. Like, there was different things, so it's not just one thing. So
Okay.
it was just because of my actions. I reflected that in that 10-year period, everything that bad that happened to me, 98% of it was to do with alcohol, or was when I was
Fueled by-
intoxicated. And
Yeah.
so from that, I was just like, what's the point? And then
I
I
hear that.
also reflected, what am I actually getting out of this kind of thing? It's a drain on your money. It's
Although the non-alcoholics are just as expensive.
I know.
I found that out.
That's freaking liberty. But at least you don't end up doing something stupid. And I just look back and I just like, okay, if I wasn't intoxicated, I wouldn't
Would I
be
have
in
done
these
that?
situations that I'll keep on getting myself into.
hear
So
that, hear
there was only one common denominator, which was alcohol. And so from that, I just said, you know what? Frig that. So in 2019, made the conscious decision to stop. So I stopped for 2 years. And then after, in lockdown, I just like, you look back on photos and you just missed your fun, innit? And so I thought, because I could, for me, I'm not very balanced. I would even
Okay.
put my hands up. So I'm going for
All
it,
in.
or fuck it. That's just my attitude in life.
Yeah.
And then, so it also comes down to drinking as well. So when I'm drinking, I can never have one. I wouldn't have one. So what happened is I would have one day. So that's cool. Then next time I drink, it will be 3 drinks. And then next time it will be times 10,
All out.
basically. So I never was able to drink in moderation. So I just said, but because I had that false security over lockdown, I was like, yeah, I can do it. I can go back to 1 drink. It wasn't, I started binge drinking then. So I'd go 2 months without a drink, and then I'll go rampage for 2 weeks and stop, and then unbalanced. And so I got to a point where I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I felt so good when I went drinking. I just said, you know what, it's time to make a change, and I stopped, and I just haven't drank since then.
And you feel better for
I
it.
actually feel better, and I don't miss it. I don't miss the problems that come with
So
it.
have the people around you, so
Yeah.
family, loved ones, etc.
Yeah.
Have they seen a difference in you?
Yeah,
since you
everyone's seen a difference in me.
Have they verbalized that to you?
Everyone's verbalized it. Everyone's
that's
like, I'm a
what you know,
totally
innit?
different person. But the thing is, I haven't changed what I do. I've just changed my mind. It's all in the mind of alcohol. If you want to stop something, you have to really want to stop it.
Yeah.
And so I told myself, like, I go out with my friends, and what I do is, like, I don't stop them from drinking. Like, everyone's like, we got to have water. I'm like, no, bruv, you're having drinks. And what I do is I buy them the drinks.
Okay.
And then, like, before we go out, we used to all get drunk, and on the train, I still, like, before we go out, I buy everyone drinks. And so we have drinks, and they have drinks on the train. I have a freaking super malt or something like that. But it's still, I'm still living, doing
Still part of
experiences. But because I'm mentally strong to do that. Not a lot of people can do that, and I understand that. But I've got to a place in my life where I realise I can't drink in moderation. And even if I could, I think it would just affect me still, because when I used to drink, it used to affect my sleep. And I'm not an anxious person, but when I was drinking, I was anxious. I was paranoid.
You were jumpy, bruv.
Yeah, proper jumpy.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
You know, there was one time, I don't know
What?
if you remember, there was one time,
yeah.
I tapped you on the shoulder, because
Yeah.
you know when we was in the office, you used to sit in that
Yeah,
left corner, innit?
yeah.
And I used to sit next to someone on the right side, innit?
Yeah.
And one time I didn't even realize you were there, because I think I was fucked myself, Turned around, I tapped you. Look, I said, oh my God, it's me, bro.
Nah, jumping, man. Well, because I was getting into so much stuff.
I hear that.
had,
Actually. That's
like-
okay. So that's
Yeah.
bad of me, to be fair. To
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that,
no.
but
But
I do
like,
remember you were like quite.
Yeah, but that's not me. I'm very kind of
no,
like
no.
calm, collected. I'm quite a shrewd thinker, but in those years, I was making some really stupid mistakes that I wouldn't have made if I weren't drunk.
And to be fair, like just thinking it through, I know your age. That would have been in the majority of your 30s as well.
Yeah,
which is like a key time. So that's quite.
In my 20s, I could handle it because I could deal with a hangover. I used to drink, and then wake up the next morning and be fine. Go gym. I couldn't go gym when I was like because I was dying. My hangovers are horrible. I actually remember the last hangover I had. It was so bad because I was, I must have been, like I went away and I was drinking. And then I just got into a drinking competition with these Northerners, and I lost the game. And I remember I had about 57. I remember I had about 57 shots.
57 shots, bro.
And then the next day,
over how many hours?
For about 5 hours.
That's.
I kept on losing this game.
You didn't think to stop the game?
Nah, I was like, fuck this, I'm doing it. And then I went out, went to a concert, Nas and Wu-Tang concert, and we got absolutely mangled. Went to the after party, got mangled there, and then the next day I went out to, I remember, Turtle Bay, me and my mate, and we drank the buy one get one free cocktails. I must have had about 20, and then after that I just stopped drinking.
So that was the last time?
Yeah, but the hangover was horrible. It was a 2-week hangover.
I'm not surprised, bro.
And another thing about me when I used to drink as well, I never used to be able to eat. Do you know, usually people have their appetite. I lose my appetite. And so
crazy.
Alcohol soaks up the, food soaks up the alcohol. So I wasn't having nothing soaking. So yeah.
That's mad. So mine's a bit darker than yours, to be fair. Like I wish mine was like that. My nickname, I don't know if you know this, with certain mans that you would know from where we used to work. My nickname was DD.
Why?
Drink driver.
Oh yeah, don't even start with that.
So I used to like
literally
go from London to Milton Keynes, and I didn't even know how I got home, bruv.
Have you ever been done for drink driving?
Nah, never, never. But the thing is, there's one specific time I remember. I was traveling from Canary. You know the same place we was in Canary Wharf that time when I had the bus car.
Yeah.
Same place, different car. Luckily automatic.
Yeah.
Drove from there to Milton Keynes, bruv. Don't remember it. That was the first time I was like, maybe I have a problem.
Yeah.
Then I'd be going out, coming home whatever time, obviously family at home and that.
Yeah.
Making a ruckus and all that, asking for shit that don't exist. Like, where's this, where's that? Da-da-da. Next day, completely aggy with the whole family, not interested in my son.
Come down,
like
basically.
That. Yeah, just moody and everything. Lose the whole weekend because it would always be like a Friday. So that was the first signs. I was like, okay. But back in, what year was it? 2021?
Yeah.
Second was born. And I don't know, man. We'd gone through COVID. Like, eldest son grew up, matured, didn't need us, was quite independent, had that freedom. And I just reacted really badly.
Yeah.
And then I'll be honest, I got into a bit of a situation that kind of came to a hit in December. And obviously Christmas season, drinking beer.
Yeah.
And I was literally drowning it out with like nights out with work. Because I had like, I think there was about 5 Christmas parties I attended in the space of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you know how them ones are. Yeah. And I remember there was a specific day, 7th of December. I always remember it. I got one, there was one piece of like closing off.
Yeah.
I just didn't handle it well. And I just literally drank and drank and drank. Stupidly.
Yeah.
I had a home visit to do the next morning.
Yeah.
Now, I actually was...
You and the home visits, I remember Saturday else.
So I had to do a home visit, to like a colleague who was like not well or what, I can't remember the full details of it.
Yeah.
So I went to the house. It was a woman. And I didn't realize it was a Muslim family, innit?
You've done that before though, haven't you?
But like, obviously me looking as I do,
the
husband of the colleague pulled me aside and was like, "You're a fucking mess, bro." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You smell of alcohol, bro."
Yeah.
Obviously he's thinking I'm Muslim now. So he's like reading me the Quran and everything. And I get it because of what he sees visually. but I was actually okay within my senses.
Yeah.
What it was the jacket
just-
I was wearing.
You worn it
It'd
out the
been,
night,
yeah, I'd
and
worn
then
it out,
it
and
sticks to your clothes.
that's what I
alcohol.
mean. And
yeah,
that's my fault. I should have thought more about what I was doing.
yeah.
But he was like, look, he asked me outright. He's like, oh, where have you come from? So I was like, I was in Birmingham city centre, and this was in. Actually, I can't say where it was because that gives stuff away. But it was like the outskirts of Birmingham. So he was like, you've driven here during school time. He's like, do you even know how you got here? Did you hit? I was like, yeah, I need to think about this because like the DD thing came in my head.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I stopped.
Yeah.
I had my last drink my mom gave me was Christmas Day,
Okay.
the little champers.
Yeah.
And then New Year's Eve, she was back at mine.
Yeah.
She did her champagne again. And she's like, you have one? I don't know what happened. I just said no.
Yeah.
But next question I'll ask you is, because I didn't intend to actually give up drinking.
Yeah.
It was more, I wanted to pause.
Yeah.
And it's gone on for this amount of time.
Yeah.
So do you think you'll ever drink again?
No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah. I made
feel
I
the
made
same.
you know what it was? I always reflect before I turn like a big age. So I know I look still 18 and stuff, guys, but yeah. Before I turn 40, I always have a reflection before I turn to a big age because you just want to see what you've achieved, what you haven't achieved and stuff like that. And then beginning of the year, before I was about to turn, my birthday's in October, so beginning of the year, I was planning this big party to have a party on the boat, blah, 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 blah. And as the year went on, I was just like, do you know what? I'm kind of going to, if I go into my 40s doing the same shit I did in my 30s, it's just going to continue. So I said, do you know what? The biggest thing I'm going to do, I need to give up alcohol. And so I knew I had a few things coming up and stuff like that. So I said, let me get them out the way and then I'm going to mark a date where I'm going to give up. I said, earmarked the 1st of July. My birthday's in October, so I said, give myself a couple of months to kind of start that. So started actually 2 weeks before I started in like middle of June, gave up and I haven't looked back since. And I'm not missing anything because as you get older, your body just doesn't react well to alcohol, I've noticed. And it's, for me, I've kind of summed it up with alcohol, kind of the first drink when you obviously haven't drank all day, the first drink tastes amazing. And then the second drink, you're always trying to get the feeling you had from that first drink.
Really?
You do, yeah.
I never really thought of it like that. But yeah, go on.
So you always feel like that first drink tastes bad.
Yeah.
So you want another one, but it doesn't ever taste like the first drink you've had in the day.
See, for me, I felt like the 4th and 5th tasted the best.
Nah, it's the first one, man.
But I don't know if that's because I was buzzing at
Yeah,
that
you're
point.
probably buzzing, man.
Yeah.
It's the first one because you're like, oh, that tastes bad. Let me have another one. But the next one doesn't. And you're still trying to chase the first drink and you get to like 10 and then you're like, game over kind of thing. So I just like, nah, man, I can find my enjoyment in other things. But I went full cold turkey because I gave up alcohol and I used to smoke. And I gave up smoking at the same time.
Cigarettes?
Not cigarettes, sorry, vapes. I like the sweet things in it. All sweet things in it.
You said that, yeah. Did you let the mics there?
All sweet things in it.
OnlyFans coming soon, as Mike said.
But so yeah, I gave up smoking and alcohol at the same time. But boy, I was a bit miserable for first because alcohol addiction is not that bad to give up. You can. It's, nicotine. That's just like. But I did it and then gave up for about 6 months and then. Well, that's vapes and stuff, and I went back to it because everyone needs a little bit of something, don't they?
Are you vaping still now?
I am,
okay,
but not as much as.
That's not to shame you or nothing.
Yeah, not as much as I was before.
Okay, so controlled now.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so obviously for us, we've talked quite a bit about alcohol addiction, and that's what we think that. Well, I don't want to speak for you. I think I was addicted.
Yeah,
to a
no, I
degree.
was
Yeah?
blatantly.
Okay. But I guess there's other addictions.
Yeah.
So. The other biggie one is drugs.
Yeah.
So I've taken drugs, yes.
Yeah, everyone, yeah.
But I've
never been
addicted,
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
thank God I've never been addicted to drugs because I've got addictive personality.
Well, so
that could have gone a different way.
That could have done. So I know one person who was addicted.
Yeah.
So what I'll ask you is, do you know anyone that was addicted to drugs? And I guess
yeah, I do.
Are you able to share sort of a bit of insight
Yeah, this person's now passed away. God bless
Okay.
his soul. But he was a crack addict.
Was it okay? So reason for death was
Sorry,
reason for death drugs.
heart attack actually.
Okay.
So basically, the guy, normal guy, used to sell a bit of whatever, and he broke the 10 crack commandments. He started using in it. So, and it just got really bad over the years.
What were the kind of signs?
Sorry.
What were the kind of signs over the years? Because you said over the years. So was it like what were the different cycles?
Because crack is one of the most addictive drugs apparently in ever. Hit that and heroin, and man went full crackhead, like on the streets begging, robbing people.
Was he single, kids, anything like that?
He had kids.
Oh,
He had kids. He was robbing people, stealing, stole from his mom, stole from his family. So his family were like ready to disown him. But he had an intervention.
Okay.
They all like said blah 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 blah, and this guy got hypnotized.
As in, like, went to therapy, hypnotized, or
therapy hypnotism.
Yeah.
And he stopped completely.
Seriously?
Yeah, it works. Because this guy was bad.
So he never went back to it.
Never went back to it, but obviously because he had done it for so long, his health had deteriorated, and so he had a heart attack from a separate thing. But he stopped for like 2 years before he died. But so there are like other avenues if you really can't give up. But I've heard of hypnotherapy. You have to really, it's expensive, but it's effective. But it's only effective if you actually want to stop. Because obviously it's a mind. Mindset. It kind of changes the way your mind thinks and stuff like that. But if you're going into it just because I'm not sure, I don't really want to stop, it's not going to work. It might work for a little bit, but it won't work completely. But you have to really want to stop for it to work.
Okay, that's interesting. So like,
and I have another mate who was a gambling addict. Man, he lost his house basically because he was just gambling behind his wife's back and stuff like that. It would always win big, then he would gamble bigger. Wow. So say if you won £1,000, then you somehow gamble back
2K.
Yeah, 2K, 3K, 4K, and then you start to get credit cards to keep up and stuff like that, and then just got too much, and I think he got gambling on his work laptop.
I mean, we shouldn't laugh, but
but he's so bad, like he just couldn't. He had
stop.
There's one offer or something like that, and he was at work, and he had to do it within a certain time, and then he got caught, and then he lost his job, and he was hiding it from his missus, and then so it was a big shit show, man. Like he's happy with me sharing the story because he got therapy around it, and he's resolved it now. Obviously, he's not with his missus and stuff like that, but he's kind of started up new, and he's actually.
I mean, was there any? Like, obviously, he's got the therapy and that.
Yeah.
Was there? What was keeping him going back? Like, was it the risk? Was it adrenaline? Like
adrenaline rush
of winning
of getting that win. But I've won.
Doesn't it also then? Is there like a bit of adrenaline in losing as well?
It's a downer when he loses, but he thinks,
you want the up again.
Yeah, he wants the up again. So that's kind of was like up and down, kind of trying to get to that. As I said, I wanted that first drink, so I was trying to get to that high. For him was winning.
So it's almost like the crack again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a seesaw, innit? So up, down, and you couldn't balance it really. But therapy, did you ever think about going for therapy for your drinking?
That's interesting because the reason behind why I hit that high, I felt like, so for me, the alcohol was an escapism.
Yeah, that's for me as well.
And I then was reflecting not so much on the drinking, but the reason why I needed the escape.
Yeah.
And there's a couple, I'll be honest, not just in terms of that, but sometimes, and I think this kind of adds to what was the drinking.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do quite a high pressure job. I take on a lot of other people's situations and stress and stuff like that. So I think when I found myself in a situation that I wasn't in control in, which is very rare for myself, I generally am in control of most situations.
Yeah.
I felt like I needed maybe some sort of intervention to put me in a place that says, do I need to be in control of everything?
Yeah, no, I get that.
So it wasn't so much for the drinking. I wanted to find the root of why I needed to escape. And being completely honest, no, I didn't get help. And I would say it's probably literally only the last 3 months that I've probably gotten over it.
Yeah.
Albeit that's not linked to an addiction.
Yeah.
But that's the amount of time it took me myself. And I do wonder if I went to therapy, would I have got there quicker?
Yeah.
So that is a something. But actually, interestingly, that leads me to something. So the addict that I know about drugs was constant cocaine.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
And
The more you work, the more you kind of go higher up in your career,
Well-
the more you find out that there's a lot, like, I would even go as high as saying 80% of people I know that work do coke.
Thanks, Terry. I don't.
You might not be. I said 80. I said 80. I said 80.
No, fair,
I said
fair.
80. Yeah.
But this dude,
Yeah.
to be honest, this dude was someone I grew up with. And I didn't know. And do you know what? There was this one time when I questioned what the motives are, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't think this at the time. This is a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
So me and this guy, he was like trying to be a rapper and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We were cool. We knew same circle, so it wasn't like, anything unique. I remember this one time, and I think back and I'm like, what was I thinking? But I must have had, this is when I was living on my own, I had my own flat and everything in London. I had this girl over. We were doing whatever we were doing. And you know when it, do you know when it kind of just like, it's a bit bait, because she might see this, but you know, it just kind of like dies out. Like that whole night just kind of died out. And I was like, not really feeling this. So he messaged me, was like, oh, come, let's go get high or whatever. So I'm like, cool, I don't mind that. He's got his own yard and whatever. So bounced to his now, told the girl to go home. And I'm thinking, why now did I do that? But went to his, sitting there smoking weed. All of a sudden, bruv, I'm seeing all kinds of fucking, and I'm like, what's going on here, bruv? Like, this is a bit more, because when I used to get high, I used to get like really political, really chatty and stuff like that. But my thoughts were intense, yeah. So I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on here? My man's put cocaine in the weed. And I didn't know, bruv. I had no idea.
I had a similar situation in Goa. I went Goa with my mate, and they put heroin in the shisha, and I was smoking it. I smoke when I smoke shisha and thing, and I was properly inhaling it, man. I was seeing all sorts of shit, man, for about 3 days.
But this thing's dangerous when they try and bring you in on their game, right? And I haven't spoken to the guy since.
That's a liberty.
I haven't spoken to him.
That's
since.
kind of spiking you, man. It's like putting
Well, it is.
rupees
And
in
the
your
thing
drink.
is, I can't say too much details. The guy ended up getting prosecuted for some stuff, you know.
For someone else.
Doing indecent stuff.
Yeah, not to you though.
No, not to me, bro.
Just clarify.
Not to me, bro. Not to me.
That's
I mean,
it, man. You can talk about it.
I can't. No, I'm here for therapy. No. Because the thing was, obviously, I clocked on that something ain't right.
Yeah.
And I flipped because I was like, it's someone you trust, innit?
Yeah.
And obviously, I didn't mind getting high, this and this, but when you take it to the next level and drag someone into your addiction.
Yeah, because you could have had something to do with work,
exactly,
drug tests or whatever,
100%.
football, whatever. Like, that's a liberty, man.
And this is the thing, those times I was playing football. So that could have ended me.
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
Prematurely.
Yeah.
So we talked a lot about stories and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess what makes an addict? Right, so not necessarily as what we class them at, but what is the environments or the reasons that you think can create an addict? So if we start with alcohol,
yeah,
I guess what do you think are some of the reasons behind it?
So obviously yours was escapism.
Mine was yeah.
So was mine.
Okay.
So I really started drinking heavily when my dad got sick.
Okay.
Because I didn't really want to think about it, like losing a parent and stuff like that. And then when he died, I stopped for a little bit because I wanted to make sure my mum was cool. And then obviously after the funeral and stuff like that, I didn't want to think about things. And then I felt guilty for not being there for seeing him the last time. So mine was guilt and escapism because I had a chance to see him before he died, but I went raving and then went for a link afterwards. And then I just couldn't make it. I thought, yeah, I'll see him another day, and I never got to see that other day. And so I kind of drowned that out with drinking, like, and after that, that's when I really started drinking like loads. Like,
And do you know what's crazy? Someone said to me, you try and sober yourself by not being sober.
yeah, as in trying to do
mad.
hair of the dog, it don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I think one of the worst times from my alcoholism was at Millionaire Mike's stag. We were at Miami, and it was like a couple of months after my dad died. And so I was just wilding, man. I think I ate about 2 meals that whole thing. I was just drinking. And then, but I had a good time. But again, it was kind of only because I was just trying to escape.
How old were you around that time?
So 27.
20s. So, I mean, the other thing is, like, to your reference point, even with me as well, in our 20s,
Yeah.
there's also a thing about you could probably get away with more, but also
Yeah.
when you're in your circle and stuff like that in your 20s, it might even come across as the norm.
Yeah, it
Like
did. So no one
friends-
really spotted
yeah,
it because
no
we
one
all
would've said nothing.
because we all were very big drinkers, and we used to just drink stupid amounts and encourage each other. But it was just like it was the continued behaviour. And so to back to your point about so obviously it's escapism, and then obviously seeing people when everyone's not drinking, everyone's chilling, and my man's trying to drink like there's a message at the bottom of the bottle, one of them ones. So that's the kind of sign. It's like just drinking, like, bruv, we're just having dinner, bruv. Why are you getting smashed? So I was getting smashed
dinner,
at
that's true though, yeah.
every opportunity. Yeah.
So, what about drug addiction?
What
What do you think some of the reasons are that people? I mean, we know that once you get hooked on certain drugs,
Yeah.
it becomes an addiction. But I guess we have taken part in drug taking.
Yeah.
Okay, but we never really went fully into it. What do you think some of the triggers are for people to keep going?
I think again, experimentation, peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure is the big one. Like, oh, come on, have
Circle.
this. I actually started someone smoking, and I never smoked
Fuck
before
you,
in my
Terry.
life. Never smoked in my
You
life.
never smoked it. You started someone else.
Yeah, I was like, you're a pussy if you don't smoke.
And the guy listened to you.
The guy listened to me, and he said this to me years ago. He's a doctor now. Actually lives around here now, actually. He's like, I blame you for my bad health. I don't know. You never used to
You
smoke.
know, I don't want to be the one to tell you this, Terry.
Yeah.
That's the second time in this show
Yeah.
you said that you started someone on site. You know what I mean? I just want to point it out.
I was a bad influence, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, peer pressure.
So what the fuck made you do that? Because that's
I don't know. I just like, because he's trying to hang around with us, man's in it. So I was just like, you're a pussy or we don't smoke. So I was just trying to cheat him up.
But
a
you
little
ain't
bit.
smoked.
I know. But I was like, I don't need to. You need to smoke. We don't hang around with us lot on them ones. But now we sorted it out anyway. I was like, bruv, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, kind of thing. But so back to your point anyway, peer pressure. I would even say like losing a loved one, and then like some sort of grief. That has to be loved one, like relationship ending and stuff like that. Like I've had a relationship before when I was younger, and I drank like a sailor afterwards. So like some sort of grief. When right now, if something was to happen to me, if I was in a relationship and I broke up, I'd just go to the freaking gym, get wedge. But yeah, different things, man. And then I think it's definitely down to like age groups and stuff like that.
okay.
It could be actually, but and then just the circle of friends, what they kind of do, you kind of pick up.
Okay. So back to us two again.
Yeah.
First question: do you think anyone knew you had a drink problem?
A few people at
Okay.
the time.
And how did they voice that to you?
Yeah, people. I have one friend I don't really speak to anymore because he fell out over it.
Okay.
He like confronted me about it, and I was very defensive because I wasn't ready to admit it. So he's like, "I think you got a thing problem." I spent some time with him, and I was drinking like a madman. He didn't think that much, so I just thought it was normal,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And looking back now, yeah, I had a problem then, and I just got really defensive and locked him off. I was like, "Nah, you're a pussy, oh, like you don't know me, blah 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 blah." So
So why did you deny it?
because I didn't think I had one, because
Okay.
to me,
That's fair. If you didn't think.
that's the way I always drank.
Okay.
and no one had said anything to me previously. And then it's not really nice to hear things like that about yourself sometimes. Like the honest truths hurt certain times, especially when you're not ready to accept it, kind of thing. And you just think, no, this is what everyone else does, but not everyone don't drink like that.
Yeah.
One of those things. And so, because me and my friends, as I said, you drank a lot, but I used to take it to extremes. Like, we're going out on Saturday, I'll start drinking from the Thursday.
Thursday, bro.
And by Saturday, I'll be like, yo, that's good, kind of thing. So I used to just do stupid shit like that, kind of thing. But I always just say, I'm not a thing, because I'm working, I go gym, but I never really, back then, I never
Accepted
really
it.
progressed because
Okay.
I'll do really well for 2 weeks and then I'll get drunk and I can't go drink. I go get drunk 1 week and I can't go gym for a week. And then when I go back to the gym, I started back where I was 3 weeks ago, if that makes sense.
No,
So
I get
I think it's I was just in denial, man, until I just really, something happened and I was just like, you know what, yeah.
So the guy who identified it to you,
Yeah.
have you ever tried to reach out and say,
I did,
thanks?
I kind of did, but you know, it's one of them ones, pride and stuff. Not even pride. It's just like time had gone on since then, and I kind of dropped him a message to say, blah blah blah, I want to talk, but again, never really reached out. Maybe I will in the future, maybe again, but get me.
Sounds like he cared.
He did. Looking back now, but it's just I think there's people's approaches to me, like
stigma, isn't it?
It's a stigma, but with me, it's how you approach me.
Okay.
Like, two people can call me a dickhead. If someone says it to me in a certain way, I'd accept it. If someone says it in another way, then boy, I'm going to throw something at you or switch, kind of thing. So I think it was just his approach. It was
Note to self, watch how I say.
No, it's true though. It's just like tone with me, and then I didn't like his tone, the way he was coming across to me. So yeah. But I put my hands out and say, yeah, he did say it before. And other people did say it, but they were kind of like hushing, like talking behind my back, kind of thing. Which, come on, you've got something to say to me, just fucking say it, innit? One of them ones.
I find it interesting because when they gave me the nickname DD,
Yeah.
I thought it like elevated my status or something. So instead of looking at it and thinking they're calling me a health and safety hazard,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's me in it, DD. And I actually embraced it instead of reflecting on it and thinking they're actually telling me I got a problem. But then it was said to me in a way. So what you say about the tone,
Yeah.
it wasn't like you're a drink driver, you shouldn't do it. It was like, oh, DD will drive. So it was like the flip reverse of what you're saying. And actually, that probably, it's not their fault. It's my fault, but that fueled me a bit more. So the stigma and the like shame of it, I took it as oh, this is me fitting into a crowd that, if I'm honest, I didn't really bother about fitting into. But
yeah, no, I get that.
It was a bit stupid.
Yeah, drink driving on that, I actually got caught.
Oh, you got caught?
But because it was like one summer in South London, I must have gone through a red light. I was like 5 minutes away from the destination, and then the police stopped me, pulled me over, and then breathalyzed me, and I was over. They took me in the car, and then because it was a summer hot night in about 2006 in South London, they couldn't find an empty cell to put me. So they were driving around for about 2 hours trying to find a cell, and I'd sobered up by then. And so must have got to the police station, put me in the cell for another half an hour to like process stuff, and then I had to do a breath test, and then I must have just didn't do it properly, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna throw you in the cells if you don't do that, and you're not gonna register one. And so I did it, and I blew 1 point off, and I got out.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't stop me drink driving though.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Actually, why have I just said that?
Well, that's sick. I know.
No, sorry. That's me doing the DD piece.
I know.
I guess when you hear stuff.
But yeah, don't drink drive isn't the worst, because thinking back now, it's not even about killing yourself, it's about killing someone else, because you deserve, not say you deserve to die, but if you crash your car and whatever, it's your own fault, but it's not the other person's fault.
They didn't choose to be. The reality is, and you know, when I think about the whole DD thing, and when that guy said to me, like, you know, I did this during school time, I can't lie, the first thing I thought of was like, I got 2 kids.
Yeah.
And during school time, you would not expect the start of the day someone to be DD.
That's when it happens a lot, you know, apparently.
Well,
From the night before.
I was going to say, because that's
From the
that's
night before,
effectively-
people are still drunk. And then I was reading something the other day. Some guy must have, got prison, got manslaughter or something like that, 5 years, because he went out the night before and then he was still drunk and he was driving and he smashed his car. But yeah, that could be another whole episode of talking about drink driving, trust me. But yeah.
So we've touched on, obviously, we were fortunate enough to make our own decision.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily have to get help. You've talked about other people getting therapy. I've talked about actually someone ended up getting prosecuted.
Yeah.
So there are different methods out there available for people to get help. And I guess you kind of touched on this, but I think just to reiterate, if you think you have an addiction, if you think you have reason to maybe stop doing something or cut down on something.
Yeah. Going back on that point though, sorry.
Go on. Yeah.
So your
It's flowing
definition
now.
of an addiction, right, is you can't kind of live without it, right?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
do anything by any means to get it, even if, like for us, obviously we work and stuff like that, so money's never really a thing kind of thing. So if other people,
Yeah, I mean, like you referenced your
my friend,
your friend
selling stuff.
stole and didn't tell his wife. The other friend was not
Yeah.
telling his wife about the gambling and stuff like that. So, you know, it's that we talked about an escape. We've also talked about adrenaline rush, ups and downs in terms of sense of emotions or feeling of relief or whatever. But yeah, just get help if you're recognizing it, or if somebody's taken the effort to kind of mention it to you. It's difficult.
It's difficult.
You know, it is difficult. You've been quite open in saying how you found it when someone identified it.
Actually, do you know what? One time I actually tried to go to the doctor and said, look, I think I've got a problem kind of thing. The doctor kind of prescribed me to some homeless frigging drink group.
Really?
And everyone had no job and no teeth. One of them ones. And you just feel like...
That's the stigma piece though, isn't it?
it's
Because you feel like... I get your point, right? Because that's... And this is interesting because us two are working professionals.
Yeah.
Both actually worked together.
Yeah.
But we never spoke about to each other. Even though I said I tapped you once and you...
Yeah, just like...
But we never actually had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
We could have at any point. Between us, I think the relationship, working relationship or friendship that we have,
Yeah.
I don't know why I wouldn't have said to you.
But it's a stigma, as you said, as you didn't want to...
Whether that was about myself or you.
Yeah. But we just... For me, because I was still in a bit of denial then, I wouldn't... For me, I wouldn't... And... How can I put this? It was just like, how's someone gonna like...
Step and say.
Step and say to me, or even like... you just wouldn't want someone to think less of you, if that makes sense, of admitting things. So, yeah. It's a tricky one, but... Yeah, as you said, it's a stigma with it, isn't it? You just think everyone's alcoholics and homeless and...
It's an association you have, but I think I will challenge you on that though. You did say when we talked about cocaine that you think 80% of people in a job potentially do cocaine. So I think it's varied, isn't it? I think alcoholics, to your point, you think park bench, the drug addicts, you think thieves, cocaine addicts, you think high pressure intensity
and just like that social environment. I think maybe now it might have gone down a little bit, but back in the day, before pre-COVID, when everyone was going out to them bars in EC after work, boy, the amount of people, I'm like, no, Jonathan, you don't do that, do you? Can you get me? And everyone's like, oh, do you know anyone? Because I'm black in it. Like, okay, well, I do kind of know a few people. What's my cottage on that kind of thing? Nah, joking, never did that. But yeah, I saw a lot of people and I was like wow, like directors, like, wow. Well, everyone's human, isn't it? So everyone's into something.
True.
Could be some kinky shit, I don't know, cocaine. Get me?
True. So we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
final thoughts, Trife? Well, we can't call you Trife now. You just said that was your addiction.
I
name.
might change my name, you know, because Trife was. I was called Trife for a reason because I was trouble.
Trifling.
I was trifling. I was trouble. I was seriously. The amount of, like certain people that used to go out with me quite closely, like Millionaire Mike, RW, certain of my other friends that close to me, like know how much I've changed. Like I'm a totally different person now, and I just think, you know, if you feel you got an addiction, you can't go without something, or something's like overtaking your life. Like you have, like, weekends are just blank. There's more to life than that, man. And there are ways, like as you said, counselling, AAs out there. If you got a bit of money to spend, well, I say it's not money. It's not money wasted, because you might fork out the money to get hypnotized or something like that. But the money you'll save and the value you'll see in your life after that will quadruple, I think, from the people I know that have done it. I know other people that have got hypnotized and it's actually worked, but you actually have to admit that you've got a problem first, and first step, and then make an action plan. Maybe certain times you might not want to do it, like me and Pleasure P have done it, like kind of, what's the word? Cold turkey. Like maybe just cut down on your drinking, or moderation in anything you're doing, and then like, there are help groups which we can publish after this, which we will, like to links and stuff like that. But it's all about just being honest with yourself. Forget about anyone else. Just be honest with yourself and say, can I do better? Is there more to life than this? Because addiction is bad, and at the end of the day, it will just make things worse. You can have an escape for the weekend, but you're still going to wake up on Monday and you're going to wake up with a hangover, a bad head, and you're still going to have to face the problem. So
with a headache,
exactly that, or shakes, one of them ones, sweats, not able to sleep. So just have a deep think to yourself, can I do better? And if you can, there are ways which we can help publish, some groups or whatever, to help make you kind of see the next steps. But have a think about it.
I think from my perspective, I echo everything that you've said. I think you put it really well. What I notice is, as the years have gone by, I think if you think about the 80s, the 90s, you know, alcohol, drug filled, etc., different scenes, raving, etc., blah, blah, blah. As we come to where we are today, I think society is more empathetic, more understanding.
Definitely.
And I think also a bit more vocal. You know, people will call things out, and I think, you know, there's various. So I think from a self perspective, I agree with everything you say. I'm not going to add anything to that. I think if you're observing, you know, I look back and I'm thinking, I always remember that incident when I tapped you. Why didn't I say something? Maybe I didn't feel it was my place at the time, etc. But I think knowing how we are, probably I could have, maybe. I don't know if you would have flipped or whatever, but
probably not,
my intention would have been in the right place, at least. And I think that's the piece. If you observe it, you might not get the response that you're intending to get. If you point it out, like you said with your friend, right? You didn't give the response that perhaps he wanted, and that was just a different way, whatever. But if you have the opportunity to highlight something to someone or observe something and point something out, I would say try and do it. Try and do it respectfully, of course.
Respect
in the right tone, etc.
Right tone.
You have to understand.
Not acting like judgmental. That's the big thing.
It's more of from an empathetic place, from an understanding place, and actually, if you do make the conscious effort to have that conversation, the reaction might not be what the person wants it to be. But if you're doing it for someone's best, I always say you try and do that. And I think, you know, the more that we talk about these things freely, openly, talk about the reasons why, because I always think about triggers and why has somebody ended up in a situation. The more we can support and prevent. Anyone can support and prevent. So, that's my piece. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. It was just the two of us, the two most quietest people on the show. Managed to go on for at least, I don't even know how long it's been.
About an hour.
Yeah, an hour. So, guys, thanks for listening in. If you've got anything you want to add to this topic, hit the comment section. You know, I think we've been quite regional in terms of this is what our experiences is
Yeah.
in London and Birmingham, etc. But globally out there, what's the kind of methods of intervention? What's the kind of things that you guys see? Drop it in the comments, share your thoughts, and maybe help someone out in the process. But for now, it's all love. I don't know why I just did that. Tune in on SBAS_show on the following platforms, Terry.
YouTube, X,
Exeter,
TikTok,
bro. That's it, Exeter.
TikTok, Insta, Facebook when we saw it, and Spotify,
yeah.
Apple Music, the old things, man. Get me.
Download the thing, and look, you know what? We got the audio, and I have to admit, I always watch the show,
Yeah.
but I just tested something that we did here in
Yeah.
the studio. And if you listen to it in your car,
Yeah.
the people sitting on the left will appear out of your left speaker.
Oh,
And
okay.
if people sitting on the right will come out the right speaker. It's quite trippy. It felt like RW was in the car with me, bro. I can't lie. So yeah, check it all out. Thanks for the
Morgan
love.
Freeman.
We'll catch you soon. Take care, guys.